In the previous lesson, we saw how we can animate a noise textures and how we can use textures and colors, how we can start to use, and then we're gonna also see them later on. And we also saw that we can bake the animation in order to see it more properly and with the correct frame per second or frame rate. And then we played essentially with the attributes nodes. So here we are exploring the attribute nodes. We saw the store attribute nodes that is used to get a material and connect the geometry node editor and the shader editor. So here we can play around with other nodes, which are similar to the ones we find in the geometry nodes. So for example, the mix, it's useful to have a slider and change the values quickly on an object by sliding, which is useful to see what's happening. So of course, these are all sliders, but when we don't have it, we can create an extra one. And then we talk about the name attribute, how we can like recall an attribute and we can reuse it for other purposes. So in this lesson, I will create a new general one, and let's go to the geometry node, delete the cube. We're gonna start with a curve, and we're also gonna talk about Booleans. So it's not gonna be too hard. And I will now create a new Bezier curve. So I'm gonna go to edit mode. I'm gonna like make this curve a little bit bigger by extruding. So I'm gonna press the E key, or you can right click and extrude and move. And I'm just gonna move it around a little bit, doesn't matter. And so let's create a new node and a new group of nodes, and we're going to talk about another attribute here, attribute node, which is called the capture attribute. So what the capture attribute does, well, first of all, it's pretty similar to the store name attribute, but while here we create our own customized, and this can be recalled in other situation as we saw before in another video. Now here we need a wire. We need to wire everything. So I'm gonna show you an example that I found on the Blender manual on using the capture attribute, which is a little bit old, and this is the new one, so it's gonna have just a little bit of differences. So first of all, what we want to capture from this. So do we want to use the points or the faces or the instances, etc., etc. And then if we click and drag this out, well, nothing is happening. So we need to tell him what we want to capture. But essentially anything we plug in here will be captured from this object, which right now is just a curve. It's not even a 3D object. So it's important also where you put this in your flow. But I'm going to use the curve right now. I want to use the points on this curve. And let's again add a color. So, well, a texture more than a color. So we're going to apply again our noise textures as we did before. So when I plug this in here, you can see this will be already recognized. And so once it's in here, I can then plug it out to something else. And I can propagate this attribute. So I capture the color attribute from here, which is not really, there's not really anything right now. And then I plug it into the group output. Now to see the color, we need something more than just a curve. So we need the mesh. Let's search for the curve to mesh node, curve to mesh, and apply right here. And now let's apply another profile. So let's search for a circle. So I'm gonna put a curved circle in here, and now we're gonna see something. We have something visible, and I'm gonna decrease the radius so it looks like a tube. And well, we have some problems here. We need to adjust a little bit the curve. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little bit more space between these. Okay, and that's okay. So okay, I still cannot see anything. Why? Well, we know we need to create a material. So we need to go back to the shader editor, create a new one, and then we need an attribute. So if I plug this base color out, I need to say here attribute, and it's going to be a generic attribute, and it needs a name. So again, right now we are connecting two separate things. So even though we are using the capture attribute, which is wired, we need to connect at least one material. So let's call this cap. Okay, doesn't matter. You can call it however you want. I'm just gonna call it cap. And I'm gonna go back to the geometry node editor. So in the previous video, the previous lesson, we saw that with the store name attribute, we can put the value right here. So this is where we can basically create our own named attribute with our customized name. But how do we do it here? So yeah, it knows that I want to use a color and I want to use this texture. I want to apply it to a material, but I don't have anything to recall that material and to make that connection. So you need to go here in the group output, but you need to expand here in the modifiers tab this panel. So if you expand everything, let's expand everything. So you can see that we have a bake. This is to use a path for the bake, but here we have output attributes. So if I unplug this, well, this becomes white now, but if you don't put this in here, so if you don't capture this color attribute and you transfer it into the group output, you won't have this available. So this is why we are using the capture attribute. And here I'm gonna type cap and press enter, which is our value that we put in the shader editor. And now it appears also here in the spreadsheet. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do is convert this and make a material preview. And well, it is not visible yet. We may need to change something here. So let's put like 4D, and let's start to play with the scale. You can see something happening in there by playing with the noise. But let's do something else. Since we're using the point, we can also use the spline, and we cannot use the phase, as you can see, because we're working now with the curve rather than the mesh to color. So one thing we can do is resample. So by resampling the curves, we are going to increase also the number of points. So if you're using the points, you can see we have now like more stripes onto this object right here. And of course, you can also see it like render. And of course, there are other ways that we can use this capture attribute, where a lot of things we can capture from our objects and then you reuse them. Now, another thing we can do with the attribute node is to also remove the name attribute. Okay, so right now I'm gonna put this again in the geometry, and I'm gonna say, okay, I want to remove the cap. Okay, but nothing is happening. Why? Because, and it says here that this attribute does not exist. Why? Because this is not working with the capture attribute right here. It's going to work with the store name attribute. So let's make some changes here.